Now that we can see new customers and show a pretty display of our customers along with a full list of customers, we're going to want to add some functionality to edit our customers. So as usual, we're going to be starting out in the customer controller. We've already, inside of the view, if we hop back over here to index.js, you can see we've already added a link to edit a customer under customer/edit. So as usual under customer controller, now we're going to add an edit function. And that edit function is going to do the exact same thing that we do under show. All the edit functionality is going to do is pull in the customer that we've said that we want to edit. And it's going to pull that in by the ID that is passed here, in this case, from index.js as the last part of that URL. So we're going to take that customer, pull it from the database, and then pass that customer on in response.view. So then the next thing we need to do is create a new file in our views/customer called edit.ejs. And our edit.ejs action is going to pass control back through a form to customer/update, a new action that we're going to create that will actually be the one performing the update on the database end. And that will be passing along also the customer ID in order to tell the database which customer to update, and we'll pass that along in a post method. And here we're going to create a form. It's a simple form, and we don't have street address. We do have email though. So we'll switch that, get rid of city. We're going to have a form here to input a customer name, but we're going to pre-populate the value of that form with customer.name. And customer.name is going to be the name of the customer whose ID we've pulled in here. And so we'll fill that out with name, with email, with state, and then provide that submit button to edit the customer. Then let's go back to customer controller. And back here over in customer controller, we're going to add the update function. Remember, in edit.ejs, we have posted to update. And then our update function is going to update that customer. And the update function is a little different from some of the others, like create, where we just pass all of the parameters, or find one, where we pass it an ID. Here we have to pass both. The customer update, we have to pass it the ID of the customer that we want to edit so that it knows which customer to edit. And we also have to pass all of the parameters so it knows how to update that customer in the database. And then finally, all we need to do is return customer update. Now in this case, we are not going to bring in a customer object here. We're only going to provide the opportunity for an error, because the update page is not actually a page at all. It's going to be just an action. And then down here, we're going to redirect back to the show page using that same customer ID. So we're going to display the customer via the show page rather than creating a separate page to show the updated customer that would just look the same as that show page we already have. So if there's an error, we're going to redirect back to edit. And we're going to redirect back to edit with that parameter ID. In a real site, you would want to pass along some information about the error, maybe this error object, so that you could display feedback to the person using the system. But in this case, we're going bare bones. All we're going to do, if there's an issue, is pass it back to the edit page. And then finally, like I said, if everything worked, if there's no errors, then we will redirect back to the show page. And that's all we need to do. We can run the application now. Welcome to Node Financial. Let's go back to our customer list. This presents us with a list of our customers, and click the edit button for one of them. You know what? I don't have a state, so I'm going to add a state. We'll say Oregon edit customer. And you'll notice now that I've edited the customer, it's redirected me back to that show page with that ID there, with all of the updated customer information. So with the combination of an edit function to provide the customer information, the edit.ejs file, to pull up the customer information and display it and provide the form that you can use to edit it. And then finally, the update function that performs the update in the database, we can now edit customers. So the last thing we need to do is commit to GitHub. Add ability to edit customers. Commit to master and sync.